Hey there, welcome. It's Karen Lanou from No Limits Businesswoman. I thought I'd take you outside because it's nice enough actually to sit out here without a coat on, with my back to something, to the back of the chair because it's warm enough that way. But if I was kind of out in the open, not so much. Anyways, so glad that you're here today. We're going to talk about the number one thing that consistently gets in your way. And oh, you can see my tarp back there. That's not so cool. Anyways, yeah, so the number one thing that consistently gets in your way, and I see this with everyone that I work with. It doesn't matter over the years if it's been a man or a woman, whether at what level they're at, but the number one thing that consistently gets in their way is so common, it's crazy. And of course, that's why, maybe sometimes people show up to work with me specifically. But, and I'd love to know what you actually think that is before I start with that. I'd actually like you to kind of put down in the comments as to what you think it is. But anyways, and I'll get going. But while I wait for you to kind of write in your comments, what I'm going to do is just remind you, if you've seen any of my videos before, at the very end I always make an offer to chat with me, and I'm going to put this out here right at the beginning, because if you know that you want to change things up, if you're feeling stuck in your business and or your career, you're not getting the promotion, you're not getting the clients, and you're not taking steps to do that, then come chat with me if it's been an ongoing issue. So just go to nolimitsbusinesswoman.com/talk. Okay, enough of that. So the number one thing that gets in your way, of course, is you. But I will be more specific about that. And I'll just give some examples. So for instance, I have a client that worked with me quite some time ago. I'll just use her as an example to start. One of the things that she thought when she wanted to get a promotion is that it was going to take time. She wanted to move up into a higher level role than what she was in. And what she thought is she was going to have to work a number of years. She was going to have to get more education. And she was going to have to work in an assistant role. She wanted to work as an assistant, as a COO and Chief Operating Officer. And she thought she was going to have to take an assistant role first. And I questioned her on that, because here's the one thing that gets in our way. It isn't just us, it's our beliefs, it's our thoughts about things, it's our feelings about things, because they make the difference in terms of the actions that we take. And so what happened for her is that I questioned her on that. I say, upon the validity of that belief, was that actually true? And so we worked through that process, because I have a very specific process. Part of it is the QC3 method. Part of it is actually very much strategy, because many of you wouldn't know, but I used to work in the HR realm years ago, before I started my business. And so these are things that I would help people with, is to kind of walk through that process. And so we questioned on her at the validity of that belief. And so gave her some strategies to start working on, and in a very short order she found out that in fact no, she didn't have to wait years, she didn't have to get more education, she didn't have to work in an assistant role, and within a short period of time, I would say it's probably 6 to 8 months later, she actually landed a role, the exact role that she wanted. So that's just one example. Another example is another gal that I worked with. One of the things that she really wanted to do that was to speak, but she had been taught that she wanted to speak to promote her business, but she was feeling very shy about this. She didn't feel very confident about it, even besides the fact that she'd had lots of kudos before. She'd had lots of really great feedback whenever she had spoken, but she didn't feel very good about it. Well, we got down to the belief, and the belief was a long-held belief, and it was something that showed up for her, or it was something that actually she learned as a child from her family, is that you weren't, as a woman specifically, you weren't supposed to be speaking, right? You weren't supposed to be heard. You weren't supposed to be teaching and sharing information with people. And so once we shared that, all kinds of new opportunities came up for her to speak. She felt far more confident. Give another example. another gal that I've worked with for a very long time now. When we first started working together, she really wanted to work overseas, and one of the things that she was getting it was getting in the way. Again, the belief was that she would have to work for the company for quite a long time before she could start to apply for the roles that were in with the company overseas. We nipped that in the bud, and within, it was a long time ago, but within 3 or 4 months, she was actually, her and her husband moved and lived overseas for years, and did very, very well in that role. And so I just wanted to bring that up to you, is that what really now, if there's something right now that you have been wanting to achieve in your world, again, whether it's your business, the business world, or whether it's your life, what is it that you're not getting right now? What is it that you are not achieving that you would really, in your heart of hearts, would love to have happen for you? And so just think about that for a moment, and then think about, what is the belief, right? And, here's where people would say, well, yeah, Karen, but I'm so positive. I think positive things. And you know what? That's a great start, without a doubt. And they might say, I have a goal, I have plans. I'm even working with other people. I'm working with experts to get me to this goal. Or I've learned some new things. I've learned new marketing strategies. Or again, I've taken professional development, and yet I'm still not getting what I want. Well, here's the thing. Again, time and time again, I would 100% guarantee that what is getting in the way is some belief. Look, this has happened to me, where I've had beliefs, where I really had strong goals that I wanted to achieve. And so the goal, let's say the goal is up here. This is really what I wanted to do. But what was stopping me was the actual belief. Even though I was thinking positive, I was taking all the action possible, again, working with experts to do the things that I needed to do, but I was still not achieving what I wanted. Well, why was that? Because if the underlying belief, if the belief down here is like, yeah, this sucks, this doesn't work, or, my business isn't working, or my ads aren't working, or, clients can't afford me, or people don't have money, or the economy's bad, or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter what the belief is. If you have that belief, and and you have all the other moving parts working for you, then the thing that's stopping you, again, is that belief. You need to get to that core belief, or some of those core beliefs, right? Just, it's not just one, but many. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, is really, how do you get to those core beliefs? Or you need to start to identify those. Now, that's certainly one of the things that I help my clients in the No Limits Mastermind to do all the time. That's what we're constantly working on. And as soon as we start to shift those, boom, the things that they want start to show up. All of a sudden, things get easier. It's just amazing. So as simple as that is, that's what happens. And again, I have a very specific process I take people through. One of the gals in the mastermind today, as we're in the mastermind, she's wanting to grow her business. And as we're working in the mastermind, she got a new client. She got a new client just as we're sitting there, right? So again, that's how that magic happens. And it seems like magic, but it's not. It's very, very specific in terms of the things that need to be done in order to change those beliefs. So if you're not getting what you want, and you've got the skills and the talent, and you have the techniques of all the things that you need to do to put it in place, and it's still not happening, it's between your ears. Okay, so if you want some help with that, again, at the very top of the call of the video here, I gave a link to chat with me, just a quick 15 minutes, and we'll determine whether or not I can help you. So just go to nolimitsbusinesswoman.com/talk. I really look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.